Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name's Phil with XenonSupply.com, and today we're going to be installing HID lights on a 2006 Honda Civic. It'll work on all 2006 Honda Civics, including the SI. These are the tools we're going to need to do the HID conversion on your car. You're going to need a tire iron, you have to remove a tire, or a 19mm socket, it's the same thing. A 10mm socket for your battery terminal, a socket wrench, preferably two flat heads, one skinny, one short, and wire clippers. One of the first things you need to do on any installation on your vehicle is remove the battery terminal. The battery is located on the right side, driver's side here. We only need to remove the positive terminal. Just lift up this hood here. This is the 10mm socket I was talking about. Go ahead and loosen it. Give it a few knocks to knock it loose. And you should be able to pull it up ever so slightly. Now, once it's off, you don't want to run the risk of allowing the terminal to touch the battery again. Close the hood, and I prefer to take some painter's tape and just wrap it around just to make sure that the battery terminal cover doesn't come loose and that there's no chance that they will touch while you're working on your car. Alright, let's move on. Now, in order for us to get access to the headlights, we need to remove the wheel. To get to the wheel, we have to lift the car up on the jack. The jack point for this car, from the user manual, is this bar right here along the left side skirt. Now that we have the car jacked up, you want to make sure we have a fail-safe so the car doesn't hit the ground in case a jack malfunctions. I've got a jack stand here. You're going to be placing it right next to the jack. Make sure you have it lifted high enough. But right next to it. Just in case this fails, it'll at least hit the jack stand, and you can go ahead and take care of that emergency when it does take place. There are two types of clips that hold the wheel shroud onto the driver's side. There's a smaller one here, and it just depresses in, wait for the click sound, and it's on. To remove them, you have to take a screwdriver, a flathead, lift from underneath, and pull up until it pops out. This is the easy one. The larger one is a little bit bigger and harder to use. To take it out, you have to get your screwdriver in between here and slowly work its way up around until you have enough room to take your fingers and pull it out. There are 3 of these special type of clips on the inside of the wheel well, on the back side here. 1, 2, and 3. The rest of them, the simpler clips to use, are evenly spaced all along the shroud on the inside. There should be 12 in total. Make sure you take them all out, and this entire shroud will come out and you can access the headlight housing. In addition, there's one clip that needs to come out from the bottom of the bumper in order for you to remove the shroud properly. I'm going to show you this location here now. It's all the way up here. It's all the way up here. Now that we have removed all the clips, we're going to remove the shroud from the driver's side wheel well. So come around here and take a look. You're going to start from the back here. All of this should just come out. And it's pretty simple right until you get to this section here. There is some plastic tucked in around here that you have to remove. So just be very gradual. Doesn't have to be too strong. Just start pulling back. And don't be afraid to get a little aggressive. And there you go. Now it's off. You want to tuck the back side underneath and down, just like this. Now we have full access to the headlight housings, and we can replace the bulb. Now that we have the shroud removed, we can get access to the headlight housing. Get a little bit closer here and I can show you how to remove the stock halogen bulb. Okay. The stock halogen bulb is right up in this crevice here. Kind of hard to get access to. When you do get access to it, there is a small tab in the back end of that connector. You have to depress down and pull away, and it should come apart. So we'll do that quick here. Push down on that tab, pull down, that connector should come out. Now, you're going to take the stock halogen bulb right up here, turn counterclockwise about 45 degrees. You should feel a little click, and it should release. Pull straight out, and there's your bulb. What I have here is a 6000K 9006 type HID replacement bulb. As you can see here, it has a number of wires that you're going to need to connect while you're inside accessing that headlight housing. So get a little bit closer in here, I'm going to show you how to install it. Now what you have to remember with this bulb is that there's a grounding wire here. This grounding wire always has to be facing down when it installs into the light. So this one in particular, since we know that it's counterclockwise from the start, we're going to be twisting it clockwise now to get it back in. You're going to start it on an angle so the grounding wire is pointing to your right, about 45 degrees from the bottom, and you're going to be twisting it clockwise. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's see if we can get it in here. And just be very careful and gentle. Okay, so now it's in. Turn clockwise, and you can feel it tighten. Now that's in. You have a lot of wires that need to be connected to the kit's ballast that you see here. The larger of the wires connects right here. Wait for the click. Let that hang down here just for a minute. We're going to mount it soon here. There are two wires, your power and your ground wire for the actual kit. These wires connect to these corresponding wires from the bulb. So go ahead and connect those. There's only one way you can do it, so you can't do it wrong. The last wire connector that needs to be attached is the white connector that originally went to the stock halogen bulb. It goes to a separate connector coming from the HID bulb, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. This is the last one here. It's a little bit tricky. I need you to get in and see real quick here. There is one tab that has to be depressed to get it in. So sometimes you just got to feel it out. Wait for the click, and now it's on. To clean up all the wiring, you're going to need two zip ties, and you're going to need to take this ballast, push all the wiring through this hole here, and you're going to be zip tying to this bracket that comes across and attaches to the right side of the bumper. So first, take your two zip ties. These come in the kit. Actually pull them together like so. Take all your wiring, push it through the hole, and rest the HID kit on this bracket here. Once it's in place, take your zip tie, wrap it around, and pull it tight. You may want to put two sets in there. There's enough zip ties in the kit for two sets. Make sure it's snug, doesn't move around much. And as always, clip your ends. And that should be that. The wires are all out of the way. They're not going to affect any existing system. You're just going to put the shroud back together, put your wheel back on, and you've got yourself some HIDs.